What's going on, you guys? It is Perry the Entertainer back in for another video. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a little bit about what happened on last night's episode of Monday Night Raw that took place on January the 12th, 2015. If you have not subscribed already, I definitely recommend you go do so. And get yourself acquainted with that subscribe button and everything down there, because I want you guys to comment and leave your thoughts about what happened on last night's Raw. Because, well, I didn't really watch a whole lot of it because, well, the channel up button was just a short button away, and I got to watch the rest of the college football national championship game between Oregon and Ohio State. I watched that entire game, so I only watched, give or take, a little bit under 45 minutes of what happened on Raw. And judging by your feedback on Twitter, it sounded like the show really wasn't that good anyway, and I'd just really be wasting my time if I actually had to rewatch it so that I could review it for you guys. So I figured, why not come on here, review a little bit of the 45 minutes that I actually saw that was actually, worth talking about, and then, we'll go from there. A lot of it is really going to lead into SmackDown, the first Thursday SmackDown of 2015. I think it's been like 10 years since they've been on Thursday nights. It's going to be staying on Sci-Fi, and a lot of it was just leading into that. A lot of it was just, hyping up Daniel Bryan and the Rumble and everything. But I know the show kicked off with John Cena going out there. He says he felt guilty about getting Rowan, Ryback, and Ziggler fired and everything, leading the Authority to come out there, and they're like, "Oh, we want these guys back. You want them back, but how bad do you want them back, John?" And basically all of it leading into a pretty solid lumberjack match between John Cena and Seth Rollins, aka WWE's desperate attempt to keep viewers from watching the national championship game, which I ended up not doing anyway. I ended up turning right back. I think, honestly, I missed like the finish, but I know Seth Rollins did win with, I think, a punch from Big Show to John Cena. So I don't know how many times WWE is going to try and milk this concept with having Cena and Rollins fight. I feel that should have kind of been like a one and done thing. And granted, I know that they can deliver, but it's like it gets awfully tiresome when you give it to us pretty much, every other week. You know what I mean? I think this is like the fourth or fifth time they fought since TLC. So, I think something needs to happen to on this road to WrestleMania to get me kind of back into wrestling, because I felt that I didn't even feel guilty not watching the rest of Raw after that. Like, I felt like I'm okay, I tune in a little bit to see what's going on. Like, I think I saw the next match being the New Day versus, I think it was Cesaro and Tyson Kidd and something like that. And then I switched right back. I didn't watch any of that, and I'm honestly glad I didn't. Ezekiel Elliot, went the fuck off, and 4 touchdowns. I think he had a little over 230 yards carrying, I think, on like 36 carries or something like that. Ohio State went off in the second half, so I don't want this to be a national championship review. I want to try and make this quick because I actually have somewhere to be right now. So, um, what else did I see? Ambrose cutting promos. I missed the first, I think, two. Something about like he visited a psychiatrist or something like that. I think I missed the first two when I tuned in when he was talking to the psychologist, acting like, they switched roles. And because I missed the first two, it was awkward as hell, and I'm like, why the hell are they doing this? Looks like they're trying to just keep Ambrose on TV without, making him look like a buffoon, but I don't know. He needs something to do now that he's out of his feud with Bray Wyatt, and I thought that was what they were going to do, was insert him into the the Roman Reigns thing, him leading up to winning the Royal Rumble, or hell, maybe Ambrose turns heel and can attack Reigns at the pay per view or something like that. I think that'd be pretty cool to see. Or hell, well, it doesn't really work now that Seth Rollins is in the world title match, but do a some sort of shield spot in the Royal Rumble, have all three of the guys kind of like in a big triangle, kind of walking back and forth, like only one of them can walk out with a championship match at WrestleMania 31. I think that'd be pretty cool. I know a lot of you guys would love to see that. Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns just kind of just circle in the ring a couple times, especially now that how hot Roman, or excuse me, how like I said, how hot Rollins is right now as a heel. How much you guys love Ambrose as a babyface, and how meh you are on Roman Reigns, despite Roman Reigns supposed to be the the top guy right now, you guys, but you guys not liking him is really making WWE wonder what they're going to do with him. So at the end of the day, you guys really do have the final say as to who your stars are going to be, and I think that's pretty cool concept, and I feel that was that was going to happen anyway, especially like now if I'm looking from like 2004 when they had Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Chris Beep. No, I'm kidding. But no, when they had guys like that, basically, they had that stuff going on. I felt that it was only a matter of time before they did start listening to their fans, and their fans actually catered to what they were actually going to see on TV. I thought that was pretty cool. Um, so that happened there. Halftime came to the game. I think it was 21-10. Ohio State was going to get the ball back, so I really didn't want to miss anything. But I tuned back to Raw because I felt guilty. I felt bad that I missed a lot of the show. And I'm honestly glad that I did tune back because I got to see the tribute video for Macho Man Randy Savage, who is going to be inducted into this year's Hall of Fame, which I think is far too late. I think he should have been inducted maybe in '07, with Jerry the King Lawler, Dusty Rhodes, and Jim Ross. I think that would have been much better, and hell, he would have actually been able to be there and put all shit aside with Vince and all shit aside with Hulk and everything. And ironically, Hulk's going to be the one to induct him. So I would love to see Lanny Poffo or something like that go out there and accept it for Mach. So honestly, it was very heartwarming. I really enjoyed it. I know you guys loved it because judging by the feedback on Twitter, you guys loved the shit out of this thing. And honestly, I didn't like WWE really doing the whole Macho Man is expected to be announced for the Hall of Fame today. It's like, is there something's going to happen that's going to derail that and make us have to wait till next week? But I thought that was well worth noting, was well worth deserving, and I felt that it was too late. It was just too late. But now that it finally happened, I can honestly say that I'm happy, and people can go to sleep happy. But then it's really going to make you wonder when they're going to put guys like the British Bulldog and Owen Hart and who else am I thinking of? I guess you could say the Boss Man, when they're actually going to put them in. I heard some about Owen Hart being inducted, which I would love. That would be pretty awesome to have him kind of like the co-inductee with Macho Man. So I think that'd be pretty cool. And here's the thing. I think WWE should do put the Hall of Fame ceremony on the network. I think that all in all is what they should do, because I think that originally it was like you can only get it if you buy the DVD, and then I think it was on USA for a little while, like the day before Mania, and then I think they had Warriors like an hour before the Raw after WrestleMania, so I think they only talked about the Warriors there. Hell, just put the entire thing on the network. I think that is that would be the better decision, and it would make for better business if they did something like that. Get a lot more people to tune in, especially someone as big as Macho Man, and how great his role in wrestling was for wrestling. Exactly what I'm saying. So I enjoyed it, and I'm probably gonna watch it again, maybe in a couple hours or so. But I have somewhere to be, so trying to make this quick. Turn back to the national championship game. I heard the Ascension beat up two other jobbers. Um, all in all, sounds like I really didn't miss any. Oh, Daniel Bryan talked, and Stephanie said something, and Stephanie McMahon said something, and Daniel Bryan said something. And apparently, Daniel Bryan's going to be fighting Kane on SmackDown in his return match. So that'll all be covered in hashtag spoilers, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Basically one big hype fest going into the Rumble. I don't know. I think WWE's putting too many cooks in the kitchen when it comes to the Royal Rumble. They're hyping up Dolph Ziggler, Roman Reigns obviously being one. Eric Rowan and Ryback are now being built up. Now Dean Ambrose is kind of just fading and not really into obscurity, but he's still there. Bray Wyatt's here. Daniel Bryan, like I said, there's tons of guys that they can go with. And the more I think about it, it's going to end up being like Roman Reigns or Daniel Bryan, which Roman Reigns I'm okay with. Daniel Bryan, God, no. Please, God, no. It's amazing how WWE in one night, what they did at WrestleMania, made me just turn off Daniel Bryan just completely. what they did at WrestleMania, having him win 2 matches like that and just basically burying the shit out of Evolution at WrestleMania. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying that, but that's the way I see it. And ever since then, I just have a bad taste in my mouth about Daniel Bryan. I'm sorry. Doesn't matter how cheesy and corny his jokes can be, but it's just I reminisce to that one moment where he's holding up the belt and the confetti's falling and I'm screaming. I'm like, fuck this shit. And I hope that's not what they do. Hopefully they don't do this retold story shit for WrestleMania 31. Have him beat Brock for the belt at Mania. I hope that's not what they do. The contract signing for the match at the Royal Rumble, bunch of talking there from Heyman and Rollins, which was amazing. Cena making it short and sweet, and all 3 guys signed the contract. I believe Brock Lesnar was the one that went through the table, but Seth Rollins was the one that stood tall to end the show. I thought it was pretty good. I felt that they should have did this probably next week or the week, after the week going into the Rumble. I felt that would have left more of a lasting impression, but now a lot of people are just this was just a filler segment to say, "Hey, these are our 3 guys going into the Rumble and here they are," so they really aren't doing anything, and it was just more hype going into the Rumble. So all in all, I've heard from you guys that Raw was a big disappointment. I'm honestly glad I didn't watch the other 2 hours and 45 minutes of what I missed. So, I'm not gonna say it gets a thumbs down because I didn't watch the entire show, but the national championship game, however, was a damn A freaking plus. 42-20, or Ohio State Buckeyes are the first college football national champions, and let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys like this whole 4 seed thing, or I think personally they should go like 8 or 10 or something like that. Do something like that and give people that have been jumping on the TCU and Baylor shit because Ohio State made it over them, and especially the TCU people. Not so much Baylor because hell, what the hell did you do to Michigan State for fuck's sake? But y'all choked. No, I'm kidding. But I liked seeing Ohio State do it. But what did you guys think about it? Cardale Jones and Ezekiel Elliot, excuse me, sorry. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the national championship game. Let me know what you guys thought about Raw if you guys watched it. And until next time, which should be hashtag spoilers later tonight, I am out. Perry the Entertainer signing out. Peace.